Wait a minute, I get a pillow. We need the ceiling fan on?
You hot?
I'm a little warm.
Yeah, go ahead. You're gonna have me with the snuffles, girl.
Sniffles or snuffles?
The same thing.
Oh, in Florida they call it snuffles.
Don't start with me, bitch. I just got here.
Y'all some backwards motherfuckers down in the South. I tell you. You Southern people. And I know Maryland is technically Southern, but we have a lot of Northern ways.
Y'all do, but
hey, girl, hey.
But bitch, you knew exactly what I was talking about.
I was trying to act like I didn't know, though.
You picked up what I picked
Hey,
down. Girl, ain't 5 minutes into the show, you want to argue.
What time is it right now? Because we do greetings and salutations for 5 minutes.
All right, so
it's 9:03.
It's 9:03.
We got till 9:08.
9:08.
Don't come in here after 9:08 talking about hey, hello,
hello,
hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. Hey,
you got your coffee?
Hey, you know I do. And my Hey Girl, Hey mug available over at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. Come on, let's toast.
Toast, honey, to a great show.
I had a horrible day today.
Let me tell you.
Oh, I got to get this off my chest. Go ahead.
It's 10:31.
10:31. Oh, the
Oh,
date.
girl.
I thought you meant the. I thought you meant the time. I thought you meant the time.
Girl, it's the Devil's Day, honey.
Is that what it was?
It's the Devil's Day, honey, because I you know what, I prayed before I went into work this morning. And before I got in the car, I prayed twice this morning.
Well, you should do that anyway.
Well, I usually do send a prayer up and I, sing my gospel all the way home. I mean, to the job. Girl, every morning.
You don't sing gospel all the way up to work.
Girl, every morning.
You be playing all that
No,
Cole and all that Hey Michelle and all that other foolishness.
That'll be after I listen to the gospel.
All that other heartbreak shit.
Child, let me tell you, every morning.
You all in your camera like this.
Every morning, I listen to Deliver Me.
By Leandria?
Mm-hmm. Every morning.
You know Brandy has a version too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Hers came out before Leandria's.
Well, I ain't know all of that. I listen to that and I listen to Kurt Franklin and Hosanna. Them the two songs I listen to every morning. On my
How does
way to work.
Hosanna go?
You don't know that song, Hosanna?
Mm-hmm.
Forever we worship you.
How it go? we didn't quite hear you.
Girl, you want to catch me.
I don't think the audio man had the mic.
You want to catch me singing that tune.
How it go?
Girl, we'll play it, but it's gonna shut your page down.
Oh, go ahead. How it go?
Hosanna. No, cause you gonna make girl. While I get it,
I won't look at you then. Go ahead.
No, child.
Pretend you're not here. Go ahead.
Cause when I'm in the car, child, the breakdown.
Pretend you in the car.
Let
me get you a steering wheel.
But
bitch,
I be in the car like this. I be just driving. I'm like, you know what, Lord, thank you for a good day. Thank you for waking me up this morning, let me have a good day. And then I press play and stuff like that. And then it goes. It say
close your eyes. Go ahead.
It was like dang, you made me forget.
Go ahead. I'm not gonna go ahead.
No, I forgot already. Not child. It be like, let me hear you make some Holy Ghost noise up in here tonight. And then everybody be like, ah!
So what's the singing part?
No, I'm not finna sing it, Craig.
Let me put the microphone down.
Hey
girl, hey. Hey boy, hey. Hey, Nance. What is going on with YouTube? Why is it only showing like 5 people? Is YouTube having a problem?
Y'all, could y'all please stop calling me Leon? It's with a K, Keon. Every day somebody get on, every Thursday, somebody get on here and they call me Leon.
You do look like a Leon.
I don't look like no Leon.
You could be a Leon. It's only showing 5 people on, why is this showing 5? They say it's more than that, but it looks like 5.
You look like a Donald.
Donald? I don't want no damn Donald.
You look like a Donald.
No offense to Donald. Any Donalds out there, but I don't look like no damn Donald. Maybe it's that way because I have the camera turned to the side.
And I'm sorry, but when that Kurt Franklin song come on, I always say, "Oh yes!" I'm like, "Thank you, Lord."
Oh, you get in the spirit for
Girl, I get in the spirit, honey.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, they had me going in the spirit. So I love me some gospel music. I only know about 5 songs, but I love every 5 of them songs, honey.
Well, what are the other 4 that you know?
Child, I play that Tyler Perry song, "Father, Can You Hear Me?"
Tyler Perry got a gospel song?
No, off of his movie.
Oh. Well, who's singing it?
Tiffany Evans in it, Tamla Man in it, I forgot the man name. And Cheryl Pepsi Rodney, she in it.
Oh, okay.
I get holy when I want to, child.
Oh, that's holy.
And every Sunday when I'm cleaning my house, I listen to gospel music as well.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig, the writer Stewart. This is Keon. And this is
these are our thoughts.
And this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say.
Hello.
These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. We got some things to talk about tonight.
Yes, indeed, honey. So Craig was supposed to dress up as a woman tonight.
Well, you came as a woman, so I mean, it was no point.
Yeah, I came as a natural African American woman.
You came as a strong black woman.
Strong black woman.
You done laid your bonnet down on the coffee table.
I did, honey. I had got me a little washing set, honey, and you know,
I thought you had a permanent. It looks really curly.
Oh, you do? So my hair, you know, when I got wet and wavy, so when it get wet, it waves up. So I have to lay it down and stuff.
Well, it looks wavy. It doesn't look wet though. It looks a little dry.
Ooh, no, it don't look a little dry, girl. Ooh, I thought she had to dig me, girl. I went to the Dominicans.
Oh, down in Stockbridge?
Mm-hmm. I went to the Dominicans over there in the Stockbridge.
Oh.
And she helped me out, child. She told me to come back tomorrow so she
I don't know what you got a little widower's peak.
I do.
Why you? I just noticed it. Why do you shave that off?
I don't want that little hump in.
You're supposed to have them shape it into the little V.
Not in front of my head.
You would really look like a Leon.
Child with that square. I mean, not a square, triangle. A little triangle in my head.
You need to let them put that in there.
No, I'm not. Child.
Why you I don't know why you let them shave that off.
Child,
So you told him to cut it off?
It really, I think he pushed my hairline back.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to stop letting them cut that off.
Girl, you can't just shave today.
No,
girl.
I'm trying to tell you.
Well, girl, I'd rather have them shave it off, girl, than it don't grow back.
Well, it's gonna keep growing.
You want to borrow some? You want to borrow some edges, girl?
No, I don't want no widow's peak.
Because, girl, I can't see your edges no more, girl. You said you was going through a treatment, girl, but I can't see them no more, girl. It ain't working.
You don't see him coming in still?
No, child, I don't see them coming in.
Let me see.
Child, you need to go get your money back. And I'm going to go down there with you with my pistol.
Well, I got 2 more treatments.
You had 2 more treatments 2 months ago.
But I haven't been for the last 2.
That's why they ain't growing no more.
Well, I ain't supposed to keep going for it to keep growing. Once you activate it, that's it.
Well, bitch, when is gonna activate?
It is activated.
Girl, what happened? Where that, girl? Girl, I told you should just go ball. Go back ball.
Listen,
how you did.
If I go bald, I wouldn't leave no boys for none of y'all. Okay?
Go back ball, Craig. Do it one time. You know what? I put it on my page. I really want to go ball.
Well, why you gonna do it?
Because everybody told me I'm gonna look ugly.
Well, how they know if you've never gone bald?
I know. I really think I should go bald. Just try it one time, so I can say, I like to try stuff. So I want to try just going bald one time and see.
Well, go ahead and do it. Ain't nothing but hair.
I know, and my hair grow back so fast.
Well, this is my napkin.
So what happened at the post office?
Oh my God, I had the worst day today.
What happened, Craig? Tell me what happened.
First of all, it was raining so badly.
Oh my God, I got so wet.
It was so, you did?
Oh my gosh, leaving out of Walmart.
It was so gray out today, and then it was raining extra hard, and I just got off on the wrong foot. First of all, my package was supposed to come yesterday. FedEx, I'm on y'all asses. My package was supposed to come yesterday. It did not come yesterday. I lit their asses up yesterday when I called.
Girl, did you get any discount? Because girl, I know you worked it in there.
Well, you know. So then today I woke up, and damn if I didn't check the tracking number, and it said they had tried to deliver it at 9:39 a.m. And I'm like, well, bitch, where they trying to deliver it? Because I was right here.
Well, sometimes the gate don't work, so
They didn't even use the damn gate. And so anyway, what happened is my package was oversized, and I believe them lazy ass FedEx drivers didn't want to have to get out of the truck in the rain, come in the building, come up the stairs or the elevator, and bring it here. So they kept saying, well, you can pick it up from the station. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm not picking it up at the station. I'm not coming up.
They had the Uber there.
Right.
Uber back.
You think I'm gonna Uber there and I didn't pay y'all for next day delivery? It was supposed to be at my front door.
Oh, and you pay extra? You mean you pay extra for them to deliver a package?
When I say I cussed and carried on that phone today,
Girl, because you don't pay extra for shit.
Nothing.
You like the cheap way out of everything.
Everything.
And you pay.
When I say I cussed and carried on so badly.
That's why it rained like that today. Because you pay extra.
So anyway, so after I cussed out a few people, they were like, well, sir, we'll try to see if we can get. I said, no, you're gonna try to do a damn thing today. I said, you need to get my shit here today. Ooh. I said, because it was supposed to be here yesterday. So long story short, my package came. But then I went to the gym and I got stuck in traffic coming back, and I was trying to get over to the PO box, and the post office closes at 5. Now I don't understand. Like, this just makes no sense to me. Like, why does the post office have the same business hours that everybody else?
It shouldn't.
It really should close at 7.
But you know why? The ghetto is right here. You stay right down the street from the ghetto, so they have to close it up.
That's every post office, you bitch.
No, child, the post office that I had, they would lock the doors and we can walk on up in there. But that's out in Conyers. So everything in Conyers is Caucasian.
They do not stay open past 5 o'clock.
How you gonna tell me, Chris?
The PO part?
Yes. And it's not
Conyers, it's Covington. Well, long story short, I wasn't gonna get over there in time because of traffic.
Damn, bitch, you swallowed that drink.
Well, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Child, you supposed to sip. A lady sips.
Well, I'm not a lady.
As much as you identify yourself as a woman.
No, that would be you.
I ain't got on my ankle bracelet today.
Thank God.
I took it off.
That fishy woo woo bracelet.
That who?
Fishy woo woo.
Ling Ling gave it to me.
Who? Ling Ling. Yeah, it looked real cheap.
Girl, it was a 14 carat.
Anyway, so I couldn't get to the post office in time because there were some things at the P.O. box that, I was trying to pick up that you guys have sent. And I couldn't get there today.
Girl, he bought you some toothpaste.
So Andrew sent that. Would you like some toothpaste?
What kind is it?
It's Colgate. You don't see that signage all on it?
Well, girl, you had it backwards, child.
It says Colgate back there, too.
Well, I didn't see that. Since Andrew signed it, I get it. I get one. Child, is it vegan?
No. That's why I'm offering it to you. This has fluoride in it. Vegan toothpaste doesn't have fluoride.
Hey, Rita. I didn't know that you said anything to me. Hey, Rita.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey. Where Alicia at? What's Tiffany at? Where the rest of the pen pals?
And then the thing is, the P.O. box is, they're not even open on the weekend. Like, why wouldn't they have at least half-day hours on the weekend?
Craig, just like any other business.
There are plenty of people that need a job.
You don't work nowhere in Fulton, DeKalb, Rockdale,
I work right here in Fulton.
Clay and County.
I work right here in Fulton.
You don't work nowhere.
I work right here in Fulton.
So, child, them people be open from 9 to 5. If you can't make it through 9 to 5, then they give you a grace period. They give you 5 minutes. If you can't get in there 5 extra minutes, then child, you don't need to check your P.O. box.
Auntie Bree, a.k.a. Mark. I texted you yesterday. I was asking you when you're going to come over again. Don't even try it.
Well, she ain't never respond back to me.
He ain't never responded to me either.
We reading you, Auntie.
But he ain't hear messages talking
Say
about
hello.
But anyway, that's why the damn post offices are closing now, because y'all don't want to do no damn work.
Right, child. But anyways, let's get.
All right, let's get into the conversation.
Let's get into this conversation. Which one you want to talk about? I think this the one I just brung up not too long. I think that's gonna be longer, so we can talk about the lady that inboxed us.
Can we talk about what tonight? Tie in. Can we talk about what tonight? Family, spouses, and kids are absolutely beautiful, but baby, Wait, what they talking about?
Yeah, what? Child, we done missed the whole thing.
Yeah, I missed that.
Hey, Tiffany. Girl, you gonna turn the AC? It's a little hot in here.
Bitch, I just asked you if you wanted the fan on, and you said, "Oh, you hot."
Yeah, it's hot in here, girl. You got the heat on?
Oh, you done swill down some of this.
Child, it's a little hot, child. I got on this cocoa butter and shit, girl.
Well, who told you to put that shit on?
You, girl.
Damn cocoa butter.
Baby, did you see some of these Halloween stuff today? Child, did you see Go? You know what? You need to start bringing the lady up on me.
You bring her
No,
up.
because you bring her up all
No,
the
I
time.
don't.
I still listen to her music.
I don't.
Yes, you
I
do.
never did.
When we was in the car, you was jamming to her music, and I seen you in the club.
He talking about he been busy. You ain't been busy. Every 2 minutes you going
You
live.
going live, baby. He was talking about he was getting that makeup done the other day with that purple eyelash on. Baby, that eyeshadow, bitch, I could have died.
Really?
Girl, you just sat on the pillow and kicked me out the camera.
No, I didn't.
All right, there we go.
Okay, so
Hey, yeah. All right, so let's get into this conversation.
Okay, so
we got 2 topics tonight that we're gonna talk about.
right. So
The second one y'all can call in on. The first one we just gonna elaborate and just talk about it.
right. So I got a message from one of you. You purchased the first 2 books last week.
Mm-hmm.
Got through the book like in a day. Like the first book was like, oh my God. She said, oh my God, this book is so good. Da, 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 da. So she goes into the message and says, this past summer, I had my first.
It's something about the summer. Everything happened in the summer.
She said, I had my first girl-on-girl experience, but I'm a straight woman.
I'm a straight woman.
And so I screenshot it and I sent it to Keon. And I was just like, well, I think we should talk about this because
it's such a double standard.
it's such a double standard. Because if this was a man who had sent that to me, who said, I had my first boy-on-boy experience, but I'm a straight man, we would be looking at him like
we look at Tank. But Tank said he did it twice.
and he did not say he did it.
You didn't see that man said he was the one who Tank was talking about?
I didn't see that. But I told you,
I've seen the video.
But I told you I'm from the DMV, and the streets in the DMV have been talking about Tank. Now, I can't say for certain.
Because I wasn't the one laying with him.
He ain't put my dick in his mouth.
Oh, okay. Because if he
Yeah.
did, yeah. Because, baby, if he ever got a piece of this, oh, baby, he's going to run out. He ain't going to walk, girl. He's going to run.
I want to run to
Girl, I'm going to be the next title of his album, honey.
What the album gonna be?
Keon. And it's going to say K.E.O.N. Now, whatever we figure out what that's mean, girl, but it's going to say Keon. You know what, Rita Craig? Let me tell you, that's the first thing I said.
He said, why you didn't order
I
vegan
said,
food?
who is that coming here?
I said, do you eat vegan food? He said, well, no. I said, oh, okay.
I have tried vegan food, but you know what? You so inconsiderate. So if you were coming to my house,
Actually, I had some nuts and stuff for you.
I ain't want no nuts.
Oh, okay, but then
I'm tired of nuts.
well, then you didn't want what I was offering.
Well, child, you wouldn't have got you a punani. You could say, hey, you called me any other time, hey, bitch.
You don't eat punanis.
I used to. I used to.
You used to eat pussy. Is that a yes?
Baby.
You used to eat pussy.
Mm-hmm.
But now you just suck it.
So, occasionally.
Oh, that ain't your thing?
I do it. Nah, we on live. We ain't gonna talk about that tonight.
Well, I know you sucked it. You was starting at 14 when you sent that man a text message.
Bro, why you always gotta bring up
Because
14?
it's always relevant.
How you know if it ain't new people that I want to know that I was trying to do that man at 14 years old? Just because you waited till you was damn near 40 years old to start playing and getting touched from a man or a woman, baby, I need to know, honey. I ain't finna wait to 40 to get my legs to the moon or to see how it feels. Sorry. But let's finish talking about this lady. So she had her first girl-on-girl
Experience this past summer.
this past summer. But we think if it was a man,
we'd be
we'll
saying,
be double standard. It'd be
oh,
like,
he's gay.
oh, he's gay.
And I have to be honest, I've been guilty of that too. Like, I don't really give men the latitude to be gay, the space to be gay. I mean, to be bisexual.
I argue with my sister all the time. She's like, a man can't be gay. I mean, a man can't be bisexual. If he do something with me, he just gay.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I just think.
So what makes it the difference with a woman? If a woman do it, she's just gay too.
Right.
But why is it more acceptable with a woman? It's still the same private part on the same private part.
And that's it. And that's all I really have to say about it. Because, I mean, I just think that, you know, it's about stretching our thought process and our imagination and how we see sexuality, really. Because, again, sexuality is on a spectrum. It occurs on a spectrum. Like, you have people that are straight, you have people that are gay, but there are people that fall in the middle of that spectrum too.
But you still missing what I'm saying. What makes it different?
What you're saying.
What makes it different?
I'm not saying that it does. I'm saying it's the same thing. Okay. But what I'm saying is most people would call him gay and give her a pass and say, oh, well, she just had an experience. Because most people don't really see sexuality on a spectrum, see it as a thing that happens or occurs on a spectrum. Most people look at it like, oh, well, like your friend said, or your sister, if a man does it, he's gay. If a woman does it, oh, okay, well, you know, she just, you know, tipped through the tulips.
Mm. Let me tell you something. In my book, you did it, you did it. It is what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I said this last time. I feel like everybody have that curiosity, and I think some people will act on it, and some people will try to do it. Now, whether you enjoy doing it or not, you still say, "Hey, I did it."
Somebody said His Marvelous Life said, "I honestly think most women are bisexual."
I think that
I won't completely agree with that, but I understand what he's saying because I have said most women have had an experience. I won't say that they're bisexual, but most women have tipped through the tulips.
So how many times do you feel that a person should try the same sex before they say, "Oh, I'm gay," or "Hey, I'm a lesbian," or "Hey, I'm bisexual"?
I don't think it really matters about the count.
Because Tank said it too.
I think it's more about an internal feeling.
Right.
It's about a
there
knowing.
You go.
It's about a knowing.
There you go.
It's about a knowing that you have. It's not about a number. It's about, okay, I identify or I feel that I'm attracted to men and women. But for me, you know, when I was a teenager, I was attracted to girls. I wasn't attracted to boys. It changed at some point, like when I was like in pubescent age. So like when I started having wet dreams, when I started having sexual dreams, they became about boys.
Baby, I had my first wet dream.
And you can't control dreams.
Baby, I'll never forget my first wet dream. Honey, I woke up and said, "What is
baby?
This?" Baby, it was everywhere.
Listen, and I said to my mother, "It was something in my underwear." And she was like, "Well, what is
Let me tell you, this sad to say, but I never used to let my mama look at my private part, especially when I started growing hair. But baby,
I think that's around the time most people don't want them to see it.
No, but baby, one day, my cousin, I had slapped the shit out of my cousin. It was a girl. She was playing with me too much, and before I knew, I slapped the fire ass, and she kicked
Why?
me.
Oh, she kicked you.
She kicked me in my nuts, and baby, they were hurting, so I had to let my mama look at it. Bitch, that's the only time I remember.
How old were you then?
I maybe was probably about 9. I said, "Mom, you got to look at it."
That's around the time. Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. And speaking of letting somebody see your nuts, when I had the chicken pox.
Oh, girl, I had chicken pox too.
I'm trying to think of how old I was. I had the chicken pox probably around 12 or 13.
I had mine younger than that.
It probably was like, it may have been 11 or 12. It was somewhere between 10 and 12. And I remember I was staying down at my grandmother's house, my maternal grandmother's house. I spent, the weekend down there, and every summer, because my sister and brother, there's a large difference in age. So I would spend the weekend down there with my cousins that were my age. And I remember I got the chicken pox, and we were in summer camp, and I couldn't go to summer camp anymore because I had the chicken pox.
Yeah, the chicken pox.
And I remember my aunt Arlene. If you read my first book, she's my aunt that went down to the summer camp, and she let the camp counselor have it, that stepped on my finger. If you read the first book, you know what I'm talking about. My aunt Arlene cussed that lady out. But I remember what y'all know about calamine lotion and Caladrill? It's like a pink cream that you put on for like measles. No, I don't know about measles, but for chicken pox and itching and shit. When I tell you, I cannot wait for my aunt to get home because I want her to put that on my entire body. Baby, I was pulling my underwear down. I didn't care.
She rubbed on your.
She was all between my legs. I had chicken pox all down in my crevices.
Ooh, child.
Yeah, like it was at that point. I was ready. I didn't give a damn. Like that itching was so severe. I was like, yeah. I was like, here, get down here.
That's the only time I can remember my mama. I'm saying, Mom, here, I need you to look at it, cause she kicked me so hard there, girl. But I know I know her face was burning. I slapped the shit out of her.
Well, them nuts was burning too.
Baby, they was. I thought they had to twist it, bitch. That's always been my fear, girl. To have my testicles, girl, twist. Ooh. But anyways, back to the lady. Ooh. What she asked us, she was like, she had her first girl and girl experience. But
well, she it wasn't even a question. She just said, I really enjoyed the first book. I'm about to start the second book. Oh my God, I'm so glad.
She just let us know.
Yeah, and she just volunteered it, and she was just like, you know, I'm so enlightened by what you've written in this book, and you know, just this, that, and the third. She said, I have to be honest. I had my first girl-on-girl experience this summer, but I am a straight woman.
How many times you had that experience, niece?
I don't know. She had the entire summer.
Girl, it was a hot girl summer.
It was a hot girl summer. I don't know if she was eating coochie all summer.
Getting it ate. You know my best friend. No man, girl, because they're gonna go on my page and figure out what.
Well, see, you volunteer too much information. Yeah. You weren't supposed to say my best friend.
I know.
Now tell the rest of the story.
No, don't, girl, because they go. I can say my best friend. They don't know if I'm talking about the female. If I'm talking
exactly.
About
so finish the story.
But see, if I finish it, they're gonna know who I'm talking about.
Finish.
Well, one of my best friends had their first gay experience at my first apartment, and that person is gay today. So, and I just felt so bad because I said, "Why you had to experience that at my apartment?"
So you think because they did it at your apartment that you made them gay?
No, I think they acted on. They was curious. They was a little curious.
Well, weren't we all for our first experience?
Girl, I wasn't curious, girl. Well, I was curious because baby,
you were curious when you sent that text message to that man at 14.
Yeah, because I told you my cousin them kept saying what the man was doing to them, and I want.
Wait, what was he doing?
The man was tearing their coochie up.
That man was fucking your cousins.
Well, no. When I say men, they was old enough, but they was all. You know how the girls get together and they be like, "Child, girl, he did me like this." Oh, girl. I was sitting, my mouth wide open. I'm trying to figure out what he did because I need to done. I want him to do it to me.
You know what?
I need to experience that. So, baby, at 14, she was open. But no, I think I started getting my things up first.
So the first time you got ploshed, you got stabbed. Do you remember it?
I'll tell you all the time I remember the first time I busted, you know.
No, I'm talking about the first time you got tapped.
I remember. Bitch, I remember.
Did it hurt?
It did.
Did you want to do it again right away, or you were like, I ain't doing it?
Girl, after I got into the feeling, girl.
What, you got into the feeling the first time?
After I knew what it would do to you. Not the first time. The first time I was like, oh my God, this may be painful. Maybe I should be on top.
So, did you, we have taken a nasty left turn.
Right, because you always try to get in, you always try to get
No, because I want to educate the people, because you know, I might be a young gay in Rome, Georgia.
And you know what, I think I can be like a role model for like the young, like the people my
That's
age.
what I'm trying to say.
Because,
so that
you know, I experienced some stuff at a young age.
Well, that's what I'm trying to
say. And then I moved out at a young age.
Well, that's what I'm leading up to.
Okay, go ahead.
So, the first time you let that man put his penis inside of you, did you know how to prepare, or did you just?
Girl,
was it a disaster?
It was the Lord.
Was it a hazard?
Let me not put that on my Lord. I'm so sorry, Lord.
Because he had nothing to do with you getting fucked.
But let me tell you, the church always say your life was planned. So this was in my life story. He knew I was gonna send a text message. He knew I was gonna He knew how I was gonna be today. But no, I didn't know how to do that. And then when I did learn how to do it, back in the people that are my age, they can relate because we used to use a water bottle. We know nothing about no fleeting.
Wait, you mean like a water bottle, like a Evian bottle?
Like a water bottle, like how you get the
Fiji.
Not that.
Well, you can't do it because the Fiji.
But like like the Kroger bottles. Or
that's easy
Girl, pour the water out and get the little warm water.
So wait a minute, you would put the mouth of a water bottle inside of yourself?
And girl,
so you had to stretch yourself open to
No. You ain't stretch yourself open because it's at the rim, and girl, you suck it in. As you suck it in, the water come up, and then when you push out, it come out, just like a regular dish.
Okay, so the first time you did it, did you prepare?
Not the first time.
And you didn't. I
ain't prepared for a long time because it was a long time. When I finally started, thank God I hadn't painted the people.
You had never painted anything?
I had never painted the people. But baby, when I did learn, I was good. But let's get into the next subject. The subject we really need to talk about. Because Craig always trying to put my tea out there. You always trying to figure out what I did at a young age. When, bitch, you...
Well, bitch, I've written about mine in my first 2 books. If you want to know, if you don't already know, the first book is called Words Never Spoken. The second book is called One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure. They're available right here tonight. One book is $20, $236, $354. They're available on Audible. They're available on all downloadable e-readers and every place else, Amazon.
So the thing that I want to talk about tonight is a lot of people, they're going to relate to this because there's some of you people out there that are doing this. I was telling Craig when I came here, I was having a conversation with one of my friends earlier.
Oh, he's a friend now?
He is a friend.
Okay.
Girl, you're so shady.
What?
He is a friend.
Communication is our partner. Clay is our friend.
A friend. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Nothing more, nothing less.
That's what y'all call him in 2019? Go
Girl,
ahead.
anyways, I was talking to one of my friends. And me and him was having a debate.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me how people have a double standard or people always contradict what they say when certain things like this. Mm-hmm. So we were talking about how parents shelter their kids or have their kids back no matter what age they are. Mm-hmm. What if you 15, what if you 25, or what if you 35? Your parents is going to have your back to a certain extent. Some parents. Mm-hmm. So one of the examples that we were talking about was he said that he quit his job. Uh-huh. And he was having a problem with one of his managers or whatever, and he quit his job. He called his mom and said, hey.
No, he quit the job first.
He quit the job first. Then he called his mother and said, hey.
Girl, I quit my job.
Girl, I quit my job.
And I'm going to need your help for the next 2-3 months.
And I'm going to need your help for the next couple of months. And some people told him that you are your mother is sheltering you because why would you quit your job and she's going to have your back? Which is a lot of people out there. And I gave him the example. I said, in a way, I wouldn't quit my job, but I feel where you're coming from because I have someone like that. I said, I can call my grandmother right now. She'll tell me, hey, you wrong for this. But if that's what you want to do, that's what your heart is saying, do, do it. But depending on what it is, she'll say, I may help you or I may not help you. Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes she don't help. But I try not to ask people for help. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I felt where he was coming from, but I didn't feel where he's coming from because at the end of the day, I always say I'm a strong black woman. I try to do everything by myself. But I just feel like you shouldn't have did this and then you expect help.
And then when he got to my house tonight, I posed it because I was asking for clarity because he was just kind of going through the motion of it, and I was like, so you mean like if you're 35 or 31 and your mom is still paying your cell phone bill? And they asked me, do I think that there's an issue with that? And I said, well, it really just depends on the circumstances. Like if you're working a job and you just don't have really a lot of responsibility, I don't see why you can't pay your own.
You can't pay your own phone bill, right?
But excuse me, I gave them the example when I was 31, and you all know that I'm 43 now. But when I was 31, Gladys was still paying my cell phone bill. But at 31, I was starting Say It in a Card, so I had a lot of overhead. I had printing costs. I was doing greeting card parties. The way that I'm doing these the way that I'm doing these signings and
Right,
stuff.
right.
And then I was producing my stage plays, and I had payroll for that.
Mm.
So looking back, I think that was my mother's way of just trying to lighten my load. Like, she was paying my cell phone, but I just feel like if I was working a regular job, and I can understand, like, if somebody has, like if somebody's 31 and they have a child, and let's say they're paying child support or they're taking care of a child, and then mother's like, well, here, I'll go ahead and pay your cell phone bill. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because sometimes people need help. You understand?
Right.
And your parents, if they're in a position, a lot of times they're going to try to help anyway.
Right.
But I just think that if you're a fully formed human being, adult, and you have no responsibilities, I don't see why you shouldn't be paying your own cell phone bill. But in the case of this guy, I said to him, at the time that he quit his job, I think that it was very irresponsible and immature for him to have an issue at his job and to just quit his job.
So just quit it.
And then to assume that his mother would take care of him. Because what I said to him was, you don't know what she was in, because like you quit and just assumed that she was going to be able to help you. How do you know what she was in a position to do? Like you laid that on her and didn't know if she was in a position to do it. And he was like, well, I knew she was able to do it. But see, you're counting somebody's money.
Right.
And Gladys used to say to me all the time, I don't need help counting my money.
Okay. Hello?
I don't need help counting my money.
My dollars by
Absolutely. So what I said to him was, what I would have suggested, and I hope that now at this point in your life, you wouldn't make such an impetuous decision.
Right.
Hopefully you would try to sort things out with that manager, and if you couldn't, then you try to find a new job before you just quit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just not responsible.
Shanada had people walk out on me, and I've always been a manager. And I'm the type of person as a manager. I would, try to not you. I ain't in a position to be like, I know you ain't gonna like me, but I try to. I have learned because, baby, in my younger days, as when I first became a manager, I would go word for word with you. Word for word. You don't like me, I don't like you. We gonna go at it. But when you in a leadership position, you have to learn how to deal with all types of attitudes, all types of culture.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right. So
he has to learn how to do that.
Right. So it's just like you have to learn how to do this.
Right.
So you
have to learn how to navigate your own issues,
so
and not assume that you can just run away from it and I'm just going to take care of you.
Because, baby, if I would have did that 10 years ago, I wouldn't probably be in the same position I am today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and if you run it from that situation, you'll run every day for the rest of your life.
Right.
Every time you encounter something, you'll want to run. John said, Craig, can you please spell that word impetuous? I-M-P-E-T-I-O-U-S. Impetuous. No, I didn't spell that right. I-M-P-E-T-U-O-U-S. Impetuous.
Girl, you the spelling bee champ, ain't you?
You know, I was the winner in my...
What, in 1986?
That was about right. I was in the 5th grade. Yeah, I was 10.
Good, child. You was 10.
They used to let me proctor the spelling the spelling test.
Well, you was the spelling bee champ.
But yeah, so because so what he was saying, your friend was saying too, was that his friends sometimes take issue with how much assistance he can get. He doesn't always go, like he said that his mom will sometimes say to him, hey, you need help with your rent this month, or you need a few extra dollars, and he'll say, no, I'm good, I got it, which I think is admirable. Right. But his friends sometimes feel like, oh, your mom calls you, whatever. But I just think that sometimes when people don't have that kind of support, that kind of family support, sometimes they will take issue with you being able to do that. Because like I explained to him when we were talking about this earlier, when I first moved to Atlanta, my parents, as a graduation gift from college, they paid my first 2 months' rent when I first moved to Atlanta. They bought my groceries. They filled up my cabinets and my freezer and my refrigerator. They bought all of my furniture. And they said, all right, you on your own. But I don't know anybody that I can think of right off the top of my head that had that same experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, my friends didn't necessarily have that.
I have friends who had their parents pay and, pay for their college and, pay for things like that. Me, on the other hand, I didn't have that. Not saying, because I went to college, but I knew that's not where I wanted to be. So I was trying to focus on other stuff, not saying anything negative, but I was trying to focus on other stuff. I didn't want to go to college, and I don't feel. One thing I argue with people about is you don't have to go to college to be successful. I argue with people all the time. They try to plan in your head, oh well, I'm gonna go. You can go to college and you'll be this type of person, but that's not true. But I knew I can understand from other people's perspective because I didn't have parents that would come to my college and say, hey, here go $1,000, or hey, what you need for rent this month. My parents didn't even know I signed my first lease until after I signed it.
Right.
So and then versus I have friends, they be like, well, my mama did this, or my mama did that, or my mama do this. But I feel when your parents shelter you for so long, it sets you back in life.
It definitely can.
I feel that way. Like it sets you back in life because you're not used to doing anything on your own.
Exactly.
So
and that was one of the things that I had said to my mom, because like I was saying, like she was paying my cell phone bill like in my early 30s, and then it came to an end, right? And then I had to figure it out. You know what I mean? But one of the things that I said to my mom is, you're an enabler. Like she's enabled, I ain't gonna name any names, but she's enabled people in my family, you know, and I've said to her, because you do too much. You know what I'm saying? And some people will take. I'm not that person. So like, for example, like my mom would always try, like even when I put out my first book, she would always say to me, well, hey, I can go ahead and pay for some books for you. I can order some books for you. And I would be like, no, I got it. But I have family members that would have been like, oh, okay, send it to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to do it on my own. Like I wanted to do this on my own. And I just think that, and then my mom is that girl that would.
Why you talking? I'm gonna start opening up the phone.
Oh yeah, we're gonna open up the phone lines, niece. But you know, but my mom is also that girl that she would throw it in my face. Well, you didn't say that when I helped you order those books that time. So I was like,
Pause right there before I do this. Say what you just said.
My mother is that girl that would throw it in my face. Like sometimes she'll help, and she means well, and she's very considerate, very thoughtful. But she is also that girl that will say,
"This is why you ain't say that when I did this or when I did that." So
you didn't say that when I gave you that money.
That statement right there is the reason why I have planted in my heart or made a promise to myself that I would try not to ask people for things because you ain't gonna throw nothing in my face. If you did it just because you wanted to do it, you did it, but don't throw nothing in my face. Right. So that reason right there is why I don't ask anybody for nothing.
But and I've said this to you before. There's a balance. There's a midway point. There's a meeting point because we're human beings. And one of the things that my mother told me when I was a kid that resonated, and I didn't understand it when I was a kid. But everybody needs somebody. At some point in your life, you're gonna need somebody. So you have to find a balance because it's not just about, well, I ain't gonna ask nobody for nothing because you always gonna need people for something.
You always need people. It don't always have to be about finances where you need somebody. You can just need an ear. You can just need anything, a shoulder. You can need anything, but that reason there is the reason why I don't ask people for anything financially because I don't need you to throw nothing in my face.
Right.
Because if you did it out of kindness of your heart, cool, I appreciate it. Right. But when you throw it in my face, then
don't be keeping tabs on what you've done for me.
Now I have to whoop your ass because now you threw something in my face.
So yes, the call-in number is 605-313-5111. Access number is 339.
Oh shit.
082.
My line suspended? Oh. I'm sorry, it's just a habit of saying that. Baby, when I tell you Sierra and Russell, they did that for
Halloween costume.
Honey, they won. They won that. And then did you see what's that girl named Lala in what's you call her name?
Lala and who?
Off of Little Women in Atlanta. She came on Juicy.
I did see that.
That was nice too.
You like when I get my professional voice, Tanya? The call-in number is 605-313-5111. Access code is 339. What's that?
Oh shit! You made me hit
082
instead of pound.
How make you hit it?
Because you bunched your ass over here. Child, I entered too many numbers. They telling me I entered too many numbers.
No, I'm not coming to Rome, George. The call-in number is 605-313-5111. The access code is 339082.
Don't come over here.
We're having technical difficulties over here.
No, because you can't.
You said you didn't finish college, huh? You missed that course on dialing phone numbers. How to dial a phone number.
Baby, but guess what I didn't miss, honey?
What was that? Learn how to suck a dick?
No, typing classes, honey. Girl, I can type, honey. I can type. I can go.
You use the right fingers?
Girl, I use all the right fingers, girl. I type. Girl, I type so fast.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, we ain't into the dial-in system yet. What is going on?
Woo! Girl, I thought you was gonna turn on the AC.
Girl, this fan is just fine. She under pressure. Now she with the AC on because she can't figure out how to dial in.
Out of down there. Oh, we got
CC Robinson, happy birthday, niece.
honey, they is calling in. I'm sorry, y'all.
Happy birthday,
They all
CC
online
Robinson,
at one
over on
time.
YouTube. Everybody say happy birthday to CC Robinson.
Girl, I had to put all of them on hold, child. All right, so we finna start the callers. Ooh, child, it's loud. Caller 4607.
Hey, girl, hey.
Girl, this is Atlanta number, honey. What's up? Y'all on it?
Hey.
Hey, girl, hey. How are you?
Y'all, what y'all up to?
What's going on? Who calling?
This is Kiki from Atlanta.
Hey, Kiki from Atlanta.
Hey, niece.
So, Craig, I have a question for you. Basically, I really want to start off, like, eating more healthier and things like that. And I've heard you, advocate for the black seed oil. But I don't really know, like, I think I don't know how to start. I don't know. And I've heard you on, like, multiple occasions, talking about, like, how we have to start somewhere. So, I'm just kind of nervous. I want to give away that chicken.
You don't want to get rid of the chicken.
No.
Okay, we'll start with beef and pork. What about turkey? Are you married to turkey, or you can give up turkey?
Okay, I'm cool with turkey. I like turkey. I don't eat pork, so I don't eat pork at all.
Okay, and what about red meat? Do you eat red meat?
Occasionally, but not as much. So I think my main meat would be just turkey and chicken.
So poultry. Okay, so what I would suggest is try to just wean yourself off of it gradually. And so what I did was I still had meat in my freezers. Like before I completely transitioned off the meat, I still had meat in my freezer. But when I would go out to eat with friends, I would always eat like a plant-based something, or I would eat like seafood or something like that. But I had the luxury of eating the meat when I was home. But then once the meat was gone out of my freezer, that was it. So what you could do is, since you still want to eat poultry, try to not eat it on the weekend. So let's just say you're going to eat it Monday through Friday. But then Saturday and Sunday, you have to find other stuff to eat. You can't eat anything that's chicken or turkey. And then just kind of gradually grow from there. You know what I'm saying? And then try to maybe do it in the reverse. Try not to eat it Monday through Friday, but then just eat it on Saturday and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Try to flip it.
Got it. Yeah, and I'm just like seeing a lot of things, especially I work at AT&T, so they're coming out with this 5G, and they're already saying how it's going to cause more, obviously, more radiation and cancer and things like that. So I just want to be extremely careful and start, paying attention to stuff.
Right. And then also too, one of the things that I've said a lot of times is not just about the stuff that we ingest. It's also the topical stuff. It's also like your body creams, your shower gels, your laundry detergent, Febreze in the house. Some of you I know boil Fabulosa for fragrance in your house. My mother used to do that back in the day, like on Fridays for fish night. She would boil Fabulosa. Like that shit got so many harmful carcinogens in that.
Baby, but us, we love some fabuloso.
We love some fabuloso.
That's a black hole ritual. That's a black hole
Hello?
ritual right there.
Listen, so you know that's what. So try to even as you go on this journey of like pulling poultry from your diet, try to think about the chemicals that you're using. Try to pull back on some of those. So like my toothpaste, I don't use toothpaste now that have fluoride. That's why I'm going to give this to Keon. Look.
Yeah, but
All right.
thanks for calling in.
All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.
But that's just like when I weaned myself off of soda.
Right. Now, how did you do that? Did you?
Let me tell you, and this gonna sound crazy to some people, but it's like when I first started trying. I'm coming, callers. I'm coming. I'm gonna get y'all off a hole. But when I started to try to wean myself off of soda, I was doing too much at one time. So I would just try to drink straight water for the whole day and try to cold turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it sent my body into shock. Like it's like when I started to think about drinking, I was like, oh my God, like I'm really trying to do this. And
all right, bring the next call. You ain't talking about nothing.
girl, I make them whole. Bitch.
You pushed it.
You pushed it, honey. But no, for real. But I really, it's been 6 months, honey, so I'm doing something good. Caller 7914.
Hey girl, hey boy, hey.
Hey, Chris. This is Nicoya from Chicago.
Hey niece.
Hey. Hey, Keon.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, can't complain. What's going on? What's your question?
No. I don't really have a question. I was just commenting about the whole topic of the double standard with the girl on girl experience versus the male experience.
Mm-hmm.
I went out with my cousins, my husband's cousins, and his wife, and we had to get together this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And so we spent the whole time, well, not the whole time, but a good portion of the time talking about the whole tank situation.
Okay.
And of course, the guys, you know, they're like all like, nah, look,
Man, he gay.
Like, you gay. But me and the ladies were like, no, you know, I think that men should have I think that they should be allowed the opportunity to explore it. And like he said, so he tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't sure if he liked it. Well, not him, but whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tried it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then he decided, okay, yeah, this is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I think that is, I honestly think that's possible for a man.
So then let me ask you this, Nicoya. Let me ask you this.
She said the gag.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say? The gag what?
No, I'm just saying. But the guys, the guys, they were. So then they started. My cousin, he was like, wait a minute. He was like, well, maybe. He's like, what age are we talking about? So then he was like, maybe he could see it possibly if it was during, you know, like the puberty years, like when they were very young and it was just starting out. He was like, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, the men like, no, you just no.
So let me ask you this. Nicoya from Chicago. I met Nicoya when we did the show there. So listen, if your husband said to you, yeah, babe, I had 2 experiences, would you feel the same way? Or would you be looking at that Negro sideways?
I would be looking at him sideways.
Why would you look at him sideways though?
Because I told you, Craig, my stepson, my husband's son, is bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 21, and he's very honest. You know, he's very honest with us. Like, we have conversations. Like, you know, he'll tell you, like, whatever I ask him, he'll tell me. And we went to Wisconsin last summer. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he was for it all. It was some girls he was looking at. But honestly, I have to be honest. I don't think that I can handle being with a man that I know might be looking at another man. Like and I think it's an issue of like competition because I feel like that's something that you can't compete with. Like,
Got it.
And not that you need to be competing, but it's
No, I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. Because the reality is two things that you said that I want to touch on. First, there are women that would be okay with it. Because I know plenty of men that have said to their wives, notice I said wives, they told them, listen, I had a past, I was involved with men, and they were like, okay, well, as long as you're, not doing all that now, as long as you're going to be just with me now, I'm okay with it. But I do understand what you're saying too, because even as a gay person, I don't know if I could deal with somebody that's bisexual because it just opens up the pool to, you know what I mean? Like you're attracted to men and you're attracted to women. Like, listen.
Which one you want?
exactly. So when we out somewhere, like shit, I don't know who to watch. My husband, I'm a big girl, and my husband love big girls. So when we out,
You got your eyes on the other big girls.
exactly. Yeah. That's what he'll be looking at. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at least I know what he likes, and
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Right. Thanks, Nicoya.
Right.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night.
You
All
too.
right.
But you know what, Keon, and somebody made this point in here, and I said this earlier, maybe before you guys got on. Tank never said that he sucked two dicks.
He sucked two dicks.
It was and I did watch the entire interview. It was a conversation that he had with Angela Yee on her podcast.
Girl, no, go ahead. They was talking about her, girl. Go ahead.
And he basically, it was just a scenario that she threw into the conversation, and he was just trying to illustrate a point. And
right.
he never said that he was sucking a dick or he had sucked a dick.
Because even though, we know what had happened, but
something wrong with your eyes?
Girl, you know what you told me.
Go ahead.
Girl, you know what you told me.
Somebody else waiting.
No, they hung up.
Oh.
But no, me and my sister, I know y'all always hear me talk about my sister. She just called me and I ignored her call because she watching. But me and my sister argue all the time. Because she just say, I don't know. She said, I can't deal with a man who had sex with another man. But I can deal with my man if he have cheated on me with a woman. And I said, well, what's the difference? She said, because it's just something about a man dealing with another man. I said, what's the difference?
There is a difference.
What's the difference, Greg?
Because a woman could never give a man what another man can.
There you go. And that's what she said.
Difference.
Just like she said, just like you can't eat another girl out, how I can eat another girl out. And we just had this, we have all type of conversations, but
because the reality is, it's not just about, it's about the companionship that you get from a man too. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody say this to me years ago. I was doing a signing.
It's another topic I want to talk about, but we're gonna touch on that in a minute.
Okay. I was doing a signing in Tennessee, and I met this guy who was in a relationship, and he and his partner, were talking to me, and he said he was a Q dog. He was a Q, and he said his first experience was when he was in college, and he said he had a girlfriend. And he said he was enjoying pussy. He was enjoying, being with his girlfriend. But it was something about a craving that he got from another guy. He said it wasn't just about the sex. It was also about the camaraderie. It was also about sitting around at the house. He said it was just something about being in the company of a man. It's not just about the sex.
I said that before too. Because baby, I used to love women, and y'all look at me now. I'm a full
woman yourself.
But another thing I wanted to talk about was I was talking with one of my friends, and we got into the conversation. Since anybody called back in, they all hung up. We got into the conversation about this thing we was talking about tops and bottoms and verses. We was talking about that, but then we got into a conversation because he was just like, I don't feel secure if I'm with a short top. Like if somebody is shorter than me, shouldn't be climbing my back. And I asked him why.
See, that's why you black gays are single.
No. So
I said it.
So we're
I
gonna
sure
elaborate
did.
on this. Why do you feel? Then I'm gonna tell you what I said.
Well, can we pause on that for a moment?
Go ahead.
It's those little things like that, those rules. You know how I say all of the time, rules will keep you single. It's okay to have standards, but rules will keep you single. Oh, he got to be a certain height.
He never said that.
He said a top. He said a short top. I couldn't be with a short top because I couldn't have a short top climb my back.
Because he wouldn't feel secure. He's like, it's something about somebody that is short. Somebody that is short, he wouldn't feel secure that if something was to happen, he don't feel that they would have. It was a whole thing. We went into a whole different thing. But we got an anonymous caller.
Go ahead.
All right, anonymous, you on the air. Oh, turn your internet down. We hear echo.
Girl, I had good feeling you had to call in, honey. Keon, did you say you used to write the coochie?
Huh? She went blank again. Turn your internet down.
Oh, sorry. Did you say you like the coochie?
Yeah, back in my day.
Girl, and they didn't think you was a blouse?
This is Michael Stratton, isn't it?
This a woman. Hello?
No, yeah. Craig, how you gonna put my name out there on the street?
That's a man. Okay.
But no. Yeah, they didn't think I was a blouse.
How you gonna say short men don't have? It's not.
No. I never said myself. I said I was having a conversation with a friend, and my friend said they don't like for short people to climb their back, because I done had a short person climb my back. So I didn't say that.
Come in small packages.
Okay. Hello.
Well, look. Okay, wrap him up.
Okay.
Climb him up. Look.
Ooh, Craig, you a shady
What
woman.
short man climbed your back? Do I know?
Hello. All right, that's all you was calling
Oh
for.
God, Craig, he said short men. Craig, you gonna keep telling my business in DC?
All right, niece.
I don't know how I caught your voice.
Child, I thought that was a woman.
I knew that was a white woman from DC.
There was a white woman?
It was a white guy, white gay guy.
Oh, what's his name?
Michael Stratton.
I've seen him on here.
I've heard his voice before. He's called into the Queen's Supreme Court before.
Really?
I remember a voice. And I remember a face. Now I may not remember your name.
Yeah, I used to ain't be this feminine. For real, I used to didn't be this feminine. Now, child, when I came out, when I ran out that closet,
You took off to the
bitch,
the closet like that.
When I took off, honey, when I took off and ran, honey, I just ran out. When I ran out and that man had to cop me, honey.
Which man?
The first one.
The one you sent the text message to?
No, the first husband.
Oh.
When he had to trap me in, honey, bitch. Great, everything went off because, you know, we would flip-flop every now and then, but he was most of the time, child. He had to tune my body down, honey, and I lost all my masculinity, honey. I was in love. Child. But I ain't used to be like this. It's like night and day, Craig.
Well, you know, part of what happens, though, when you come out of the closet, you do kind of relax a bit. You know what I'm
And the
saying?
only reason why Craig still like this is because Craig waited till he was almost 45 years old to come out the closet. So
That is not.
that's the only reason why Craig is like this.
That is not true.
And you ain't had that many people climb your back.
My thing is, like, there are things that I do now that I would have never done before because you classify certain things as gay.
The way you walk, honey, the way you switch around this house, girl,
You are
your
such
walk
a hater.
itself, honey, you a woman, honey. When I first met you, I thought you was a bottom.
No, you didn't. Because you wanted me to tap that ass.
Girl, don't say that, girl. Don't let these people be fooled, girl.
Don't let me screenshot the text.
Girl! Okay.
Don't let me screenshot the text.
Girl, what you say? Clarity is our...
Communication is our partner. Clarity is our
friend.
I'll put it in So Much to Say podcast pen pal group.
Girl, I'm so glad you're my friend, honey.
But you know, like there's like when you before you come out of the closet, you have this idea of what being gay is, what it means, what it looks like.
Mm.
And for me, like crossing my, you know how like President Obama crosses his legs like this? A lot of straight men cross their legs.
Yeah, my
like
uncle them.
But I would never do that when I was in the closet, because to me, in my mind,
you were saying your legs like this.
No.
But you talking about like this?
I would. No, I'm talking about like this, like President Obama does his leg like this.
Mm-hmm.
I would never do that before, because in my mind it just was gay. Even though I knew that there were straight men that did it, I just didn't want to do anything like that.
Somebody said, Craig in the bottom?
Yeah, full of shit.
Caller 2665, you're in the air. What's going on?
What's going on, Craig and Keon? What's going on?
Hey boy, hey.
Hey boy, I was about to say, hey girl, hey. Hey boy, hey.
Hey, I'm a new listener. I just signed up for Cash App. I actually, I'm about to order some books. I want to do it tonight.
Thank you.
I just got here. So, I don't know what I'm calling in for, just to tell y'all that I'm inspired. You guys have truly inspired me.
Thank you. What's your name?
Damn, you took out my mouth. What's your name?
Jason.
Jason, where you calling from?
I live outside of Cleveland, Ohio.
All right,
Jason.
Are you in Maple Heights?
Oh no.
Or South Euclid?
Maple Heights is not far from me.
Or South Euclid?
No, I live in a city called Beechwood.
Oh, okay. I have family that used to live up there.
Oh, do you? Okay, I graduated from Beechwood.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay. Y'all coming? Y'all coming?
You know what? I've been trying to figure out a venue for the Queen's Supreme Court show for Cleveland and Columbus for the longest, and I just haven't come across one. But right now we're not touring, but once we start touring again, I'm definitely going to look for places in Ohio and Detroit and St. Louis, because those are some of the places that we haven't made it to.
Oh wow. Okay.
And me and Craig gonna go on tour soon too.
Hey, y'all gotta do it. You all are the dynamic duo.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, Jason. Thank you for supporting the books.
That I'm very inspired. Craig, I signed up for Cash App. I didn't even use Cash App. I don't normally do things like that, but I'm about to order some books tonight.
I appreciate
my
it.
address and everything in there.
Yes, please.
And I just want to tell you to keep doing your thing, man. I really, you all are really inspiring.
Thank you so much, Jason. And when you get the books, please read them. I appreciate the support, but I absolutely want you to read them too.
Oh no, I plan.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, you guys take care.
You too. Be safe.
All right, goodbye.
Craig,
Rita, don't you be rushing my customers off the line.
Right.
Shut up, bye. Go on and order your books. Don't you do that, Rita.
Child, that man gonna find you used to sleep with married men and write them checks, girl. He probably gonna read after that. He read that sentence, girl. Craig, headline: gay author, scammer.
Keon, do you know that I am celibate still?
Girl, I only know what you tell me. Now, once I leave here, once these cameras is off, honey, we don't know what you do in your place of business.
Let me say something to you. I don't care what you think. I alone am enough. I alone am enough.
Well, Craig,
I said I've been celibate, then that means I'm celibate.
Craig, your sex life only been 8 years. You started at what? 33, 34?
I was 22.
Girl.
It's been 21 years.
Child. Well, honey, until it don't come up no more, and even when it don't come up.
Well, what don't come up? Oh no, it's coming up.
When it don't come up anymore, well, I don't have to use the blue pill, the Viagra pill. One.
Well, you don't need it to come up for you to be a bottom.
What? Hell, girl, you see where I'm going? Cause baby, she's still gonna work back.
Girl,
there.
you can be in a wheelchair trying to climb on somebody.
Girl, when I say I think I'm.
Keon ain't read my books, no.
Child, I have.
You do not have my books.
I have one of your books.
You bought one?
No, girl, you gifted it to me.
Oh, I gave you one. That's right.
Oh, you gave it to me or you gifted it to me?
Same difference.
No, child, don't say you gave me nothing. Say you gifted. Keon, I gifted this to you because, you know, at the time you gifted me a book because you said, you know, I was very supportive of you and, you know, I had drove from Atlanta all the way to Carolina, all around Carolina, and you just feel like you should have gave me a book. Like, well, gifted me a book.
The lines are open. We about to close them, though.
We about to close them because,
What time is it?
girl, it's the first of the month, honey.
It's the first of the month.
You know who sing that song?
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh, child, you know you do music like that.
Bitch, I moved here to write music. What are you talking about?
Bro, you know you act like you thou so holy.
Oh, I know music.
You act like you thou so holy. But girl, why you don't get back into writing music?
Because I'm busy. And music ain't pay no bills.
Don't say that. You just shaded all the rappers in the R&B scene.
It didn't pay any of my bills.
You a shady girl.
I didn't say what.
Y'all finna close the phone lines.
I didn't say it was. Yeah.
Girl, why you hang up? I was finna get in my timeline. You just so rude.
Well, they weren't calling. So
Well, yeah, because you was talking to everybody else, and we had 5, 6 callers in the queue.
We did not have any calls in the queue.
We didn't know. For real, you kept hearing say, "Dun,
When
dun."
just now when I hung it up?
No, before.
That's what
then.
I'm talking about.
Oh, child. Y'all have any questions? Or do y'all want anything y'all want to know before me and Craig go off live tonight?
Yes, we have coffee mugs, we have water bottles,
Well, I
we
say
have
Lola be
ringtones.
on
She
it.
on it.
She be on it.
Just visit CraigTheWriterStewart.com if you want to have books signed by me.
We gave YouTube no love today, honey.
You can Cash App me or Zelle. The information is up there in the caption on Facebook and on YouTube. The Cash App is TheWriter, all one word. One book is $22.36, $3.54. And be sure to include your shipping address in the Cash App. If you forget to do that, just go on over to CraigTheWriterStewart.com and shoot me an email with your shipping address. And so that Nikki and I will know where we're going to send these books to.
See, everybody asking you, is the phone on? So you just hung
Well,
up.
open it up.
No,
We have greeting cards as well. SayItInACard.com. Wendy says she received her greeting cards today. Thank you, Wendy.
Craig hung up on the people. I ain't calling back
Okay,
in.
open
I
it.
ain't calling back in and keep the dial all them numbers again.
That was a lot of work for you.
Yeah, child. That was a lot of work. We'll open it back up next Thursday.
John, you were not waiting on the phone line when I hung up. There was nobody in the queue.
He just hung up. The people still calling in. You just,
Well, dial it up.
child, I ain't doing all that.
Well,
no more.
open it up now.
Child, I told you only pay me for 15 minutes, honey. Girl, I gave you an hour and 15, honey. And I was on time today. Cause you know, let me tell you what my mama said.
What?
I was talking to my mama today. She said, "You want to?" She said, "Is Craig back?" I said, "Yeah, he back."
How she know I'm out of town?
Cause I told her she followed you the morning. I told her, I said, "Girl, Craig out of town, so we going live this week." That's why I went over there. So she talked to me that I was on the way home. You know, me and my mama gossip like good Judy's.
Mm-hmm. Two women.
She gonna say, "Is Craig back?" I said, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to go home and shower so I can go over there."
Open up the line.
She talking about you better be on time. She's talking because he gonna read you for fifth today. I said, "Girl, I'm be on time. I'm be on time." Then she talking about you better because I don't want to be getting on there and he be talking about you because you know you still my child. I said, "Mom, we just be playing." Girl, she was gonna eat you alive. Girl, she was gonna come in on here.
Well, you know, I know where she live. Where she live in South Georgia?
Tifton.
Tifton.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, Uber go out there.
Well, girl, you'll spend a nasty corn for
Out and back.
Girl, she'll cook for you. Oh, but you don't eat meat.
Mm-mm.
She a Southern belle, honey. She cook nothing but country food, honey.
Oh, Patricia said, Craig, I just came out to my family members since I came back from the Dominican Republic. All right.
Come on, welcome to the family, honey. Cause you know what I always say? We taking over, honey. One city at a time. We are taking over, baby. Everywhere you look.
Did you see that video of those majorettes and they were dancing and they all like split legs and they dropped down. They did like a jet drop. And it was like 6 of them in a row. And the last one, she stood up, she opened her leg up, she held her leg up.
And then she dropped. I did see that. I did.
When I saw that, I said, we influence everything. You know, a queen showed them how to do that.
Hello? Girl, they be with their little friends, honey. How you do that?
They want to see them screenshots.
Girl, shut up. Ain't no screenshots.
They want to see them screenshots.
Girl. Miss Me said,
let me open up the line.
Craig, Yap asking for one thing. She can ask that on there.
See how he turned on you, yeah?
Yeah, that's not.
you see how he turned on you?
That's not what I was saying.
That's exactly what you said.
No, that's not how I said.
Let me translate what you just said.
What I said?
Fuck yeah. That little bit of bullshit she trying to talk about, she can type that shit on the screen. Anybody open up no motherfucking phone line for her and that dumbass question she gonna ask anyway.
Yeah,
we about to get up out of here.
Yep, I did not say that. Oh, she said, oh.
That's what that meant.
That's not what I was saying. You know you my girl. But baby, Craig hung up on y'all people.
You're welcome, Patricia. You're welcome. She typing her question. Latasha Jones said, open up the phone lines. I said it too.
Child, I'm going to open these phone lines for 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
And Craig, don't be talking to all these people all so long because, I have to learn how to cut them off.
Will you dial it up?
Girl, shut up. Because I don't have to open them. Every time I open my phone, though, I just think about my line suspended. Girl, I just think about that woman, honey.
I don't know why you keep bringing that lady up.
As much as you and... No, man. As much as you and read her...
No. Hey, Kim Mance. Hey, girl, hey. Who in the building? Hey, Tamara Williams. Is it Tamara or Tamara? Tony Street. Alicia Wells. TSB. Hey, King Dondra.
All right, y'all, the call lines is back open. Y'all read me for filth, honey. Y'all open them back up. Y'all want to be with y'all Auntie Craig.
Miss Michelle says, would you be insecure if your man cheated with a white man? Would you feel like you can't compete because of race, or does that matter? Hey, Stacey Mallory.
One thing about me, I know my name. I know what I can do. Honey, so, baby, if you step out on me, that's just on you.
You do know, niece, that it's not all about sex.
I do know that. No. It's not all about sex. I never said it was.
Okay.
But see, I bring more to the table than just good front and back, honey. Caller 0919, you on the air.
Why my phone slower than y'all though? Is this Keon and Craig?
This is Keon and Craig. How are you?
Hey.
Oh, okay. Well, this is Latasha. How y'all doing?
Hey,
ladies.
Well,
Hello?
oh, why my phone so slow? I'm still here.
We hear you.
My phone just caught up to software.
Girl, you must got cricket.
Okay, so it's so bad with the phone down. This is 2 years ago, I thought myself pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I then found out that my baby father was married. Well, I knew he was married, but he told me that they were separated. Then I found out, no, they were married. This lady still believes they're in a happy marriage. He has 3 other kids, 2 with her. 1 is another child that was birthed outside of the marriage. So my child makes the 4th.
Mm.
She is also the youngest. And now I done found myself in this weird ass place. And I really don't have nobody to talk to about it because the first thing is I feel dumb. The second thing is I'm having a hard time adjusting to motherhood. And I really don't know what to do with
Well, go ahead.
We got you.
We got you, niece.
No, I really don't know what to do with him, and I most definitely don't want to be in a relationship with a man right now. Like, I'm taking a breather. I'm good. I don't want to be in a relationship. But I'm trying to figure out what to do with him because I had a conversation with the male friend, and when I explained it to him, he was like, "Damn, you got a whole situation on your hands." And when he said it, that's when it kind of dinged off in my head, like, oh shit, I did allow this shit to go down. Like, this thing, unless we just had sex, this thing got real crazy. It's crazy. He had to keep to my house.
Ooh.
It's crazy.
Girl, it was good.
It's crazy. I don't even know what is my question. Like, there's so many questions that I have, and I actually started watching Craig through my best friend. When after this, okay, I had to have an emergency C-section to have my daughter, and after I had C-section, I got an infection, and I had to get cut back open. So, and I was left open. I was left open for 2 months, and I was on a machine that pumped stuff out of my stomach and everything. It's been crazy. Just to believe me, I've been through hell and high water. And I don't know what to do with this man. I'm trying to figure out, and he's not the type of man that I could just back away from. But now, I've said all this, okay? Y'all listening, I'm watching y'all listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's a possibility this might not even be his kid.
Oh, wait
girl.
a minute, niece. Okay, let me paraphrase this because there are a lot of people here that they can't hear. Okay, so you said you got pregnant. No, you're okay. You got pregnant by a man
That was married.
that was married. You found out later that he was married.
Right.
No, I knew he was married, but he was supposed to be separated.
Right.
Okay, and then once you had the baby, once you had your little girl, he disappeared and he didn't come back around.
He didn't come back
for a while.
around. Right.
Correct.
And then you said,
I was still in contact with him. Like, I would call him, like, when I found out I was having a girl, I called him. I would call him periodically and just turn off on him because I was pregnant and still working and life was hell and I didn't know what the hell was going on.
right.
Pretty much.
And so what happened was, you said he still has a key to
Right.
your place.
Yes, he still has to keep to my apartment.
All right, now, niece, I want to get off the phone now because I want to go ahead and I want to talk about.
I want to talk about right because girl, girl, my heart dropped. My heart dropped when she said.
I told you to open, but I was when y'all hung up, I had to find my other phone.
I seen you say your phone died.
Mm-hmm.
For the charger to charge the phone up so that I could call in. He was like, hold on. Like, it took me a long time to get up the nerve to call y'all.
Oh, really? So, and look, I see you from my home state, baby. I see that area code.
Right.
So wait, let me ask you this.
Like,
He's still with the wife, right?
yes, he still wants his wife.
Do he pay?
Told me that, okay, when we met, he told me that though him and his wife were separated, they lived in separate apartments.
Mm-hmm.
I went to his apartment before, and it had a feminine touch, but he has daughters, so I didn't think nothing of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the type to go snooping. That's not what I do. So, really, we're going to just back this all the way up. When I met him, I had just got out of a 9-year relationship with somebody who I was head over heels in love with, who I still today see. My daughter sees this man more than she sees her actual father.
Now let me ask you this.
Her legend father.
Because you said you're not sure.
Right, you're not sure.
Right, because you said you're not sure.
My ex was my baby father.
But you said you're not certain if the married guy is the father of your daughter. Now this is what I want to ask you. How much time had elapsed between the 9-year relationship that you were in and this married guy?
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks.
Woo! All right, niece, let me get off here because I'm ready to talk now. I'm ready to talk. All right, thank you for calling in for this, huh?
Oh God.
All right, so listen, turn that
Girl,
down.
let me turn. I'm finna cut the phone lines is off, honey, because this is gonna take up the next of my 4 minutes.
What you want to say first? You want to go first?
Girl, shit, she just took me for a damn loop.
Well, no, Atlanta Mac. No, he really wasn't being shady in that instant. She said that she's not certain if the married guy is the father.
It's the father, right? That's why
we said alleged
right?
father,
Alleged,
because she's not certain. You want to go first, or you want me to go?
Girl, go, because she just the damn threw me off. First, she said the damn baby may not be his, and then she said 2 weeks.
Well, see, here's what I will say. And this is not an uncommon story.
It's not.
So niece,
because
you are in good company.
Right, it's some people on there saying, damn, bitch, I had the same situation.
And some that ain't gonna say nothing at all, but they live in it.
They live in it.
But here's the thing. I got a little food in my corner.
Girl, we got 3 minutes.
One of the issues is, and this is why I say all of the time, I can't wait for you guys to get this fourth book that I'm working on. Because I talk about this kind of thing in a relationship. I mean, in the book. You know how I said to you guys recently that Wendy Williams is famous for saying the way to get over someone is to get up under someone? I have never believed that. And every time she says that, I cringe. Because I think that's the worst thing that you could do. Because for one, you run the risk of scarring yourself further.
From not healing.
From not healing from that last thing. And then you jump into something else, and then it doesn't pan out the way that you think it's going to. And then you further damage yourself. Or you damage them because you're really not ready to move on. And so this is why I believe that it is so important. It is so important to really sit still and take time to recover, to recalibrate, to heal. Because you really need to take time, because you make poor decisions out of loneliness. You end up making poor decisions out of loneliness. You end up making poor decisions out of fear of being alone and not knowing how long your singleness is going to last, because you don't have a clue how long it's going to take from that last relationship to a new relationship. And so a lot of people are afraid of sitting in that space of singleness. And so I think that's what happened here.
Right.
And so her feelings from this last situation really probably carried over into this new thing. And so her inhibitions were down. Her guard was down. She wasn't paying attention You missed the clues, niece. You missed the clues. They were there, but your feelings were so raw. They were so raw from that last situation. And you may not have been dealing with that guy anymore that you had talked to, that you were in a relationship for 9 years. You may have gone through a period where you weren't talking. But those feelings were so fresh that you just transferred them to this married guy. And he was able to get over on you. But here's what I will say, because you're now here now. The baby is here.
And I think the baby ain't even the new guy's own. I think it's still the 9-year relationship man.
I don't know, but she definitely probably...
They got to go to Maury for that.
No, she needs to go and get a DNA test quick.
Yeah. You know you can buy one.
Right.
That's what
you need to do that quickly, because you definitely do not want to create another scenario. And that other scenario would
be... And that child need to know who her father is.
Well, that's the other scenario. You don't want to create a new scenario. You don't want it to become a thing where that child is 14.
And she'll know who her daddy is.
Or you done told her that her daddy is this one, and it ain't her.
And it's not that one, right.
So, and because then that's going to scar your relationship with your daughter. No, you need to get a paternity test. You need to figure out who the father is. The other thing you need to do is you need to change her damn locks.
Hello?
There's no reason that man still should have.
Baby, because if he ain't doing the 3 F's.
Feeding, fucking, and financing.
Hello?
And even if he was, at some point you got to put your foot down and say enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Baby, going back over there to your wife. Baby, I'm finna shake this down, because you ain't finna keep coming running up in here.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. And I only can imagine. You know what? She hit another thing that she said. She said she almost died 2 times. She said she's still taking in having a child.
And having to process being a mother.
Having to process of being a mother. So I don't know if she's still in here, but we don't know if that's her.
She is.
Process being a mother, that means that's her first child. It's just a lot that she's taking in. She's still dealing with these raw feelings. It's a lot for her. It's a lot.
It is. And, you know, I mean, I don't know if he's offering support.
Right. You don't know if she's offering support.
But the first step is to get the paternity test, because you don't even know if he's the father. So you don't want to be trying to get child support from him and he end up not even being the father. So that's the first thing. And she said that her daughter spends more time and sees the ex of 9 years.
Because the ex still coming around.
Right. So at this point, at this juncture, you don't need to be in a relationship with anybody. Not the guy for 9 years, and certainly not the one.
She need to heal.
You need to heal. Certainly not from the one that's married.
Baby, she had the best of both worlds.
Well, what was the best of both worlds?
She can turn one way and go this way. She can turn one way and go that way. But she still was raw. She still didn't have. She was the game player. She was the control. She was the console. She was in the middle of both of these men. One man knew he can still come sleep with her. The other man knew he can come still sleep with her as well. So that's why she's still at this point where I don't know who my baby daddy is. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm doing it. I don't know what I'm finna do next, because of the simple fact is I have two men. One of them either left or he left me, and then one that's still dealing with his ex or his ex-wife, or he's still sleeping with her, staying with her.
Well, they still together. The ex-wife.
They still together. But both of these men have the opportunity to come sleep with me or to come over to a hideout or a dugout at any given time, and she allows it. So, baby, she got it. My advice to her is get by yourself, get you some wine. Take all this in.
No, don't get no wine.
Girl, get your wine. Take all this in. Focus on your child. Focus on building this good relationship with your child. And you need to find out who your baby daddy is. Get a test. Because that's a lot. She's still processing it. How's she going to tell her child?
I really do think, I don't know if you have like insurance where you could go and get counseling. I really do think that this is like an ongoing conversation that you really need to have with a professional. Like this, like you, because there's so many layers to it. You know what I mean? There's there's always a trauma.
Girl, while you wrapping this up, girl,
whenever there's a breakup,
my hair back up.
Whenever there's a breakup, there's an emotional trauma. I don't care if you ended the relationship or the other person ended the relationship. There's an emotional trauma that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one layer of it. The other layer of it is this whole, girl, if you don't move these black pointy elbows.
Girl.
The other part of it is the component of the child and not knowing who the father is. And then the residual effect of the 9-year relationship that, you came out of just before you went into this other thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so. This is why I take my time. Like, really, I take my time.
Girl, I'm so proud of you. You so thrown off, girl. You trying to wrap it together, girl. You trying to get it together.
I really am.
What advice can I get as a woman, honey?
Right. Because, and see, this is why I take my time when I'm dating and meeting people. Because you don't know who's still raw.
Right.
Who still has something going on from another, like who's still emotionally tied or connecting.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what if this married guy that she got involved with, what if he was completely single? And he was open and available and ready. This would not have been the scenario. The scenario would have been she was not ready and she still had residual feelings from a previous relationship, and she probably would have broke his heart.
Right.
So this is why it is so important to really, really take your time and
go through the healing process.
Yes. You got to sit in the pain. You got to sit in the pain of a breakup.
You got to get through it.
Yeah, and it takes courage to go through that. It really takes courage to go through that.
Honey, but if you need to reach out to us privately, DM, however you want to reach out to us. But my heart, I feel for her because she in the rock and the hard place. But we will see y'all next Thursday.
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Well, I would see y'all next Thursday. Girl, don't call me tomorrow talking about come over, bitch. Because tomorrow's a long day. Girl, I don't want to see you tomorrow.
I didn't call you the previous week.
You did.
Didn't.
You did. But y'all have a great night.
Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. You got to give the people the hygienic stuff, okay? Because there's somebody in bed right now with inflamed gums because they have not flossed.
Like your friend. You know that boy that be in your inbox. You know that boy that be in your inbox, girl?
Which one?
That dark skinned short boy. That be in your inbox. Want you to tap him.
On Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Wait, who?
With their flame gums. With the stink breath.
Who?
That short. The dark skinned short boy.
I don't know who he's
You know what I'm talking about.
Dark skin short boy with inflamed gums.
Mm-hmm. Girl, you know that boy that you said, child, I don't know why he trying to get me to tap his ass. His breath stink, girl.
Wait a minute.
Girl,
Show me real
she
quick.
talk about so many people.
You
honey.
know his Instagram.
She talk about so many people.
You know his Instagram name?
I do know it.
Pull it up.
And you know
Show-
who he is.
Pull it up and show me. I need a reminder.
Girl, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
One book is 20, 236, 354. My Cash App is TheWriter. Your books will go out to. Oh!
Girl, you know who I was talking about. That short, dark skinned boy with that flame
And you
gums.
should have said that lady sent me pictures of her.
Ooh, honey,
All right, listen. Have an amazing night, everybody.
baby. Y'all have a great night.
I didn't know who he was talking about. They are really wanting to see these screenshots.
Girl. All right, me.
Good night, y'all. Bye. Thank you for supporting what we do. I appreciate it.
Bitch.